Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about new movies and wrestling. I might just drop the team hating on me, Gene. DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the vintage of Bossy. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Wow, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby Olimbury.
Hello, everyone. I kind of went silent right there. Anyways, my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th. We're here, back in studio again. Who are you?
Welcome back. I'm Hot Mike Chance.
And we have, long overdue, The Viz is back again.
I'm back. The Viz, a.k.a. Jordan,
Hey.
a.k.a. Spread the Word, a.k.a.
Mr. Social Media. We have known Jordan. You've known Jordan longer than anybody sitting at this table. I've known Jordan. We're going on, what, like 8 or 9 years we've known each other for?
More for me and him.
Yeah.
2013 is when me and him
12
met,
years.
like
Yeah, okay,
January
so
or
we've known each other probably 10 years or so then, and here in the last, month and a half, before we know nothing social media-wise from this guy.
Zero.
Nothing.
YouTube.
Zero.
Outside of dabbling in YouTube.
Yeah.
You know.
YouTube,
And
he
he
had like a YouTube channel or whatever.
Made like a fake TikTok account with his cat as a
Yeah, just so
profile
I
picture.
can comment.
Yeah.
And leave,
Chat
trolly type
cats.
of comments.
But now this guy is social media all over the place.
Yeah. I've started a Facebook, started an Instagram. I have another YouTube channel, Spread the Word Studios, if you want to go check it out.
We'll put the link in the description too.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah, I'm on just a whole new journey in life, and I figured getting on social media and playing the game would be
Definitely helps out.
a good thing to start. So I finally started it.
And your Instagram's blowing up, it looks like.
Well, I'm a dance teacher, so I've obviously taught. This is my 23rd year teaching.
Yeah.
So I have a ton of people that I've connected with in my life through dance and different things that I do. So
Well, it is cool. You're on your Instagram and everything. You're releasing videos of you dancing and
I know.
everything. We've
I've
only
never seen it.
I mean, we've
until
only
recently.
seen bits and pieces of
Yeah.
Jordan dancing. I've been to a couple of their shows for the dance studio, and I've seen him dancing out. It's cool to see Jordan. That's
He's
that's
like
Jordan.
a professional.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
kind of a professional.
He's like a professional.
But it's cool to see Jordan in his light doing what he does
Yeah,
best
yeah,
and
for sure.
everything, and for the world to see it now too. Because
I've always kind of lived a double life. You know, like I have like my work, dance stuff that I do, and then I had my outside life that I kind of did. And both worlds don't really know each other too well when
Yeah.
it comes to me. So now I'm trying to bring all that together into just some new stuff. So yeah,
it's good to have you, man.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
This has
Three of
been
my
a-
best friends, so I'm
For
happy
sure.
to be here.
For sure, man. And this has been one we've been trying to do for about a month.
Yeah.
It's just been scheduling. But it's 2024, man. I know we're in March. Don't judge us, but we're going to do the 2024 movie rankings.
That perfect description for it right there.
We've got a couple of different ways we're going to do this.
These.
Tony, do you want to break these down?
The second annual 2020, or the second annual year
On this channel,
on
yeah.
this channel. I don't know how to describe it, but this is the second time we've done this
Yeah.
and everything. But this is for the 2024 movies. You described it
The
perfectly,
list.
and I just butchered it.
Yeah, you confused the poop.
I could tell by that look on your face. You're like, just shut up.
I was
you're
waiting for
rolling.
you the wheels
To
were
wrap it
spinning.
up. Wrap it
You
up.
were spinning tires, but hey, we
But,
got out of that hole.
but how we're gonna do it like we did last year? We're gonna break it down. We're not gonna go through our complete list because I watched. This is the most movies I watched in a calendar year. I got in 38 movies this year. I know Jordan said he got 48.
48.
And both
21.
20.
So, I mean, we're not going to go through the complete list of everything. We're going to break it down into 4 different little sections. We're going to go over our top 5 favorites of the year, our top 5 worst of the year, top 5 surprises of the year, and top 5 disappointments of the year, and all that jazz. Just so it's not monotonous and just this movie was number 18.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Yeah, half of these movies aren't worth talking about.
Yeah.
Out of the 48 that I watched.
Some of the ones that are on my list, I don't even really remember much about them.
I'm
I
the
watched
same
them a
way.
year
Same here.
ago.
I'm the same way at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, the bottom is
the
sketch,
bottom
but-
of my list, I cannot wait to talk about the worst of the year.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
for sure.
Should we do 5 and go up to 1, or go 1 and go down?
Let's go 5 up to 1.
Okay. So you want to start with Chance?
Yeah, we'll
Let's
go chance and go this way and everything.
So this is gonna be my number 5.
number 5
best
movie.
movie?
Yeah,
Favorite
number
movie.
5
Okay.
favorite movie of the year.
I'm gonna go with, I think Civil War
Oh, really?
was
Okay.
top 5 for me.
Yeah, it's,
Yep. I was interested in. I don't really like action type movies.
yeah.
But
That's a shame.
I thought this had a good story to go along with it.
It's,
I mean, blowing stuff up for the sake of blowing stuff up isn't
Right.
normally my thing.
Yeah.
But
This one
movie
felt different because
yeah.
it was A24.
Yeah.
Like it had a different, I don't know, mood. Vibe
and it
to
felt
Yeah.
it felt too real.
Yeah.
In a way too. I mean, the story of it and everything was very real and all. And Jesse Plemons is freaking amazing. He was my favorite part of the movie. Was Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, and he wasn't even supposed to be like in the movie.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think he was in the credits because he's married to what's her name,
Yeah, we forget it.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten
Yep.
Dunst. We got it on the first try.
And I don't know the exact details, so I could be wrong. But I think like they just invited him on to like do a couple scenes, which that one scene
Is the most
If you've seen the
powerful.
movie,
You know
that
the
one
scene.
it's the best scene in the movie, and I think he just kind of joined in, like, "Hey, I'll come do a part."
Yeah.
and it was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And yeah, he was on maybe 10 minutes at the most of
Yeah.
screen time.
Yeah, he's
And
wearing
it's
those
just
little red
powerful.
sunglasses.
Yeah, and it's a very powerful scene. It's very real in how the dialogue is in that one and everything.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah. My number 5 was actually a comic book movie. It was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Nice.
Went and saw it in the theaters. Had an absolute blast from it from the beginning to the end of it. They just got everything right with the whole Deadpool and Wolverine dynamic. The opening scene, the opening credits with the whole in sync, bye dancing monologue.
I know all that choreography already. I was like sitting there judging it, like, are they going to do this part right? I already knew that choreography.
But I mean, as a comic book fan, as a kid, and X-Men, I mean, spoilers alert. We're going to be talking about spoilers with this one. You've had
yeah.
enough time
Oh,
to
yeah.
talk these.
I mean, you had a year.
The whole scene when Gambit comes as Channing Tatum comes out as Gambit. As I was a cartoon X-Men fan, when he comes walking out as Gambit, looking like Gambit's supposed to look, it sold it for me. I was like, holy shit, this is happening. We're finally fucking getting it, because that's been talked about for so long. And then you had Wesley Snipes come out as Blade again, which I had no clue about those. I avoided all the spoilers somehow. And yeah, it was a lot of. It was just fun.
It was a lot of fun.
A fun movie.
Yeah. I'm a bit like superhero. What's the word? Where you're tired of
Burned
it?
out.
Burned out just from it.
I am too. Yeah, and that one.
And Deadpool, as popular as Deadpool is, like I'd never really clicked with the first two.
I've never seen any of them.
yeah,
I saw the first one. I think I saw the second
the
one.
second one's. I don't like the second one.
Yeah, it left a bad taste in my mouth after the second one. So I was very hesitant for the third one, but he gave me the code to it, so I watched it.
Yeah, it's
It's
fun
it's
as
a
hell.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, like you're gonna love
It's
it.
very graphic. I mean, and then you get, and the one part at the end, you finally get, you have Wolverine in the blue and yellow suit.
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
he throws the cowl on. And it's just like,
Doesn't even have the white eyes.
yeah,
too.
he has the white eyes and everything. It's just automatically just, it was just fucking
Yeah.
awesome, man. Fucking awesome.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, you're number 5.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Also, unofficial sponsor for the podcast episode today, we've got Slurpee Gummies coming through with some very mediocrity.
Mediocrity, nice
is
word.
fine.
Classic Chad.
Also,
Classic
Trouble
Chad.
Spirits, Revolution One Media, Gaggle of Wrestlers. My number 5, I was going back and forth between this one and Heretic. Okay, I'm gonna say that because it's not in my top 5.
Yeah.
The Substance. I had a really crazy body horror movie with Demi Moore or Demi Moore. Whatever. Anybody says Demi Moore, I don't trust you.
Got a semi tractor trailer.
George Costanza. He said ain't a semi tractor trailer. But I thought this was really dope, man. It's just one that I didn't really know much about, and I want to say y'all said something about it in our group chat or something. And I looked up the trailer for it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Because there's some old like body horror movies that I like
From Beyond.
like Body Melt. That one from Vinegar Syndrome was a crazy one. From Beyond, like
Color
a lot
Out of
those-
Space had that.
Yeah,
vibe
Color Out of
to it.
Space. But I thought it was really good, man. There's parts that are super tough to watch. I feel like it was a little too long. I feel like they could have maybe cut some time off of it. But I thought Demi Moore did great in it, and it's not the normal
She got snubbed.
role.
At the Oscars too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she got snubbed.
And the director, the chick,
Yeah.
it was her second movie.
Ever made.
And
You saw her first movie that you both,
Revenge. About that,
Oh,
that girl.
yeah. She was just like a superhero afterwards. She got,
Yeah, so it was her second movie, and the reason it came out under, what was it, Mubi?
Yeah,
like
something-
that
some weird-
That's what I had to- that's how I had to watch it.
They wanted her to change the ending of the movie because it just got so extreme,
Yeah.
and she refused to. So, like, the main popular whatever company it was dropped it, and that's why she had to release it under this kind of weird
Yeah,
independent.
I had to like subscribe to like something,
something
on
on
Prime.
Amazon. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mubi.
it didn't have a code or anything like
Yeah.
that.
So it was really weird how it was released and everything.
then it was
but she
nominated
stuck
for
to her
Best Picture.
guns,
Yeah.
and it got nominated for all this stuff. It only
That's
won
cool.
Best Makeup. That's the only thing it won.
Well, that's cool. It got nominated for it though.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
For a body horror movie to be in that Best Picture nomination is,
It's a good
it speaks.
movie.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a really good movie.
It's an acquired taste though. It's not. It's very very graphic as far as like the gore in it because it's like essentially just she's trying to stay young.
yeah. Do
know
whatever
what I
it
mean?
is to stay relevant in Hollywood.
And whatever she does in Universe A, it affects Universe B, and you know so forth.
It's
So
really
there's-
well done and it explains it very well too.
Yeah,
selling your soul to the devil. Like, what will you do to stay relevant?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like and it,
not be thrown away. Like,
And greed is a big influence.
Even the
in
way
it.
men are represented in it and how
Yeah.
they treat females in
Yeah.
Hollywood, and like everything means something within that movie.
It was very good.
It's really good.
I was
I actually
really
showed
impressed.
it to Bethany, like, because she doesn't watch horror.
Oh, what's she
And
think of
I
it?
was like, this movie's so insane. I was like, it's not like your typical horror movie because she's scared of like slashers and jump
Yeah.
scares
Yeah.
and the devil and like all that type of stuff. I was like, it's not that
Yeah.
whatsoever. I was like, but I'm not going to tell you. I was like, you just have to watch it and trust me. And she enjoyed it. There was a
Oh,
couple
cool.
scenes where she was just like, ugh.
It's too
But
much.
No, yeah, but there's a couple scenes that had me going. "Ugh."
yeah, it was really like the needle stuff for me. It was more of just like the needle stuff where she
Yeah.
kept like injecting herself.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what got me.
yeah, it was
what
like
got me.
Requiem for a Dream. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the stuff that got me, not like the other visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to that movie. Shout out to that was being my
That's a
number
good one.
5 of the year.
Yeah, that's within my top 5. But my number 5, just watched it a couple nights ago with Tony, Heretic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I
I
really
like that a lot
enjoyed
too,
it.
man. Like I said, it was back and forth with that. Oops, sorry, back and forth with that and Substance for my number 5. It was number 6 on mine.
Yeah,
I watched. I think I watched it. No, you told me to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it before me, and then I watched. I was like, dude, instantly, I was like, Jordan's gonna like this.
Yeah.
One. But I didn't know.
I mean, obviously the topics throughout the movie. I mean, it's very religion based, and you know, it's got a lot of God stuff in it, which you know I'm right in tune with. And you know, there was some ways that it took it in different directions and this and that, but overall, like I thought it was a very clever. It was written well. Like it was. I thought it was just a really clever movie. I thought the performances were good. It got my brain working a lot.
Yeah.
It created a lot of conversation with me and Tony
Yeah.
after we watched it.
Yeah.
And,
Another A24 movie.
Another
And it made
A24 movie.
Something that I actually liked that Hugh Grant was in because Hugh
Dude,
Grant.
he killed it.
I can't
killed
even
it.
tell you another Hugh Grant movie
Yeah.
that I've watched.
Well, I was gonna say one, but I don't remember it.
Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Just something random.
9 months.
That one, and was Love Actually? Is that Hugh Grant?
Sounds good.
Is
Yeah.
that that's the big Christmas movie a lot of people like. Yeah, like all that British stuff.
Yeah.
No thanks.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Hugh Grant.
All that British
no
stuff.
offense.
Yeah.
No offense.
But Hugh Grant still. I mean, he was.
He was
phenomenal.
great.
I mean,
And
just
for-
his whole his His performance was fabulous.
Yeah, I was really impressed with it.
For it being such an unoriginal topic of a movie, because there's been 10 million heretic, possession, devil. Like, I thought it was a very original take on it. As soon as I saw the title of it, I was like, I just didn't even want to look at it. But then I saw the trailer and I saw he was in it, and I was like, well, that's interesting because he's never one of these kind of characters.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought he did good, and the two girls, the main girls in it, I thought did really good.
Yep. It just missed. It wasn't for mine.
Yeah, like I said, that was one because we were gonna film this a couple weeks ago. This was one, like Tony told me it was pretty good, and I was, eventually I'd watch it, but it just kind of popped up.
It was on Max.
Yeah, it was on Max.
Yeah.
And so the other night I was like, "You want to watch it again by any chance?" And sure enough, it made my top 5.
It moved up my list after watching it a second time.
Yeah,
So
I really liked it. So that's my 5.
Number 4, Chance. Your number 4 of the year.
Abigail.
Abigail.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that one too.
Yeah. It. I think the girl that's in that, I think she done a great job. And then what's the girl's name that was in Scream? But
I know who you're talking about.
that
She's
chick,
the blonde.
I liked her. I liked
the dark-haired girl. Yeah.
I liked her a lot better in this than I did in Scream.
I
didn't like
agree.
her too much in Scream, but I think she did a great job in this.
I liked just the dancing element mixed involved with it too. So it kind of hit home with me with like horror and dance. And
Yep.
Well, I'll just piggyback. Number 4 for me also was Abigail too. I mean, it's shocked. The first time I watched it twice. First time the second time I really enjoyed it. The second time I liked it even more.
I need to watch it again. I only watched it once.
And you're not a big vampire fan.
No, no.
But yeah, it totally the story, and it's very fast paced. There's no dull time in the movie. But yeah, it surprised the hell out of me how much I really enjoyed that one.
And it's rare, like little kids,
Yeah.
In movies.
Yeah.
She was really good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Me and my brother watched it, and we didn't even finish it. And then I went back and finished it, and I liked it. I didn't like it as much as y'all. It's like lower.
It's 17 on my list.
Yeah, it's like
I've watched
16 on mine.
Way more movies.
Yeah, but like it's not in my bottom 5. But I thought it was cool. It didn't hit like it did for y'all. But I can see why though.
Well, that's the great
Why
thing
y'all
about
like it.
movies. It's just everybody has. I'm sure my number 1 is going to be totally different from everybody else's number 1 of the year.
And I saw it in the theater too.
Oh,
so
you
that
did?
always
Yeah.
makes it a
I saw
little
it. I saw it twice at home and everything.
I watched
We
it half
only-
asleep on my cell phone.
I think you and me only originally watched it just because it became free on something.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right,
Just watch it. Yeah,
let's watch
and
it.
it was early in the year. I think
I was expecting to write it off.
I think it was a February of 24
I thought it was gonna be
release.
some generic whatever. And I was maybe that's why I liked it more is because I had no
Probably
expectation.
So.
with
Yeah,
it whatsoever.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So my number 4, and it's Maxine is my number 4.
Nice.
But it's my least favorite of the trilogy.
Yep.
For
I
me,
agree.
I almost like I guess I'd put them in order. I really liked Pearl though. Maxine, I didn't like. I was thinking, me and my brother were thinking we were going to like it the most because of the vibes of it.
Yeah, the
and
80s
80s
vibe.
theme and stuff. But I still think it's a really well made movie. It just I guess shows to me how much I like the other two.
Yeah.
It's a great trilogy.
Oh, it's
For sure.
yeah.
It's hard to find those two that were all three of the movies for horror. All three of them are like very solid. And was it Ty West that did all
Yep.
three of these? Is that so? It's done, right?
I think so.
Dude, that alley scene though when she stomps on that motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Bruh.
she stomped the mud hole, and walked it dry for sure.
See, that was my issue with it. It's 18 on my list, right behind Abigail. I really enjoyed it when we watched it.
Yeah.
But then I just noticed a week after it, I had already forgotten what I'd watched. I can't tell you one scene from it. So I think that's my issue with it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But I can't.
The sound,
Nothing-
the music's great. It's got that whole synthy vibe to
yeah,
it and
nothing
everything.
like stuck out to me.
and
I
it
think
has
with
ties to the night.
I don't even remember.
something.
I would love to chime in, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
But I mean, like you said, Ty West. I mean, the way those three movies in one trilogy that are three totally different movies.
And it's like
shout out Mia Goth, man.
Yeah.
she's
she's killing it.
she's killing it for sure. But yeah, that was my number 4, Maxine.
All right, my number 4, a little bit different than all the horror stuff. Furiosa, the Mad Max sequel.
I didn't get to watch that one.
Ever since Fury Road,
Yeah.
obviously Tom Hardy, I think, was the biggest draw of Fury Road. And what's her name?
Charlize
first
Theron.
yeah,
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, but so I don't know. With Tom Hardy not connected to it, I wasn't quite as excited to watch this one. But went and saw it in the theater.
Yeah, we went.
And it's too long. It is way too long.
Yeah,
But it had that same adrenaline rush to it. The music was incredible.
Hemsworth was. I liked Hemsworth's character in it.
Yeah, he was a good villain in it, and the main girl.
She's like sure she
She's
grows
in
into,
everything now.
Yeah, she grows into Charlize Theron.
Yeah, it's the young. It's it's a prequel.
Furiosa.
There you go.
Furiosa is the prequel.
I was
Yeah, it's a
struggling.
prequel leading up to Charlize Theron's character
Yeah.
Gotcha,
when she's
okay.
younger.
Okay.
And I think same director as Fury Road 2, correct?
Yeah, it's what's his name? God,
I don't know.
I'm not mentally prepared for
It's all right.
these types of questions.
Me either.
It's the main dude that like created that whole world. But yeah, he's still making them.
Yeah, it was visually, it was incredible. I
Yeah.
had it just. I had
Yeah.
that one. It was just right outside my top 5.
Yeah, I've watched it twice. Once in the theater, and I watched it when it came out, and I got the code.
I'm surprised that didn't get any praise for like the sound design.
Well, it's
on
kind
that
of a flop. Even
Yeah.
the old Mad Max with
George
Fury,
Miller?
George Miller.
one.
That's it.
Yeah, good call.
I didn't look it up or nothing.
But no, like the Mad Max movies have all kind of flopped. Even the one with Tom Hardy kind of flopped.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised we got a sequel, or a prequel, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, like another installment, I guess.
Yeah, they've never landed well in the movie theaters ever. But that was mine.
Number 3, Chizance.
So this franchise is quickly becoming my second favorite horror franchise. The Strangers Chapter 1 is number 3. Yep.
Interesting.
It's pretty much
Let me look.
The
Scroll
same-
down here.
it's pretty much the
going.
same as the first one, but I think you needed it as much time that's been between those
That's
two.
a true statement.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
been
gonna
a
be
while.
honest with you. I didn't even watch it.
It's probably my fault because I told him it's 42 on my list out of 48. I don't. It just didn't. Go ahead. It's not.
I mean, I liked it. It was a lot similar. It was pretty much the same movie as the first one, but I think they're gonna keep building from this. And
We're getting Chapter 2 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
2025.
it's
I think like the
meant
next
to
3 years
continue.
building off of it. So
Yep. And I think they're gonna do it how they should have done it probably the first time. They're just kind of.
I think I just wanted
doing a
something
reboot.
like fresh from it,
Yeah.
because I like the second one.
Yep.
The first one, I loved the first one when it
Yeah.
first came out, but it's a hard rewatch. After time, like I found it hard to rewatch the first one, and then the second one came out. It was a little bit different, a little bit more. I don't know.
That pool scene.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pool
in there,
scene,
that's
the
like
music,
my
it's a little
favorite.
bit more of a blockbuster.
That pool scene and the music for sure, but it has the most ridiculous
The fire.
That
final
ending.
10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
That
That's
ending
right.
is.
That's a whole other scenario. I've ranted about that on
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
different
The
channels.
quality of it downgraded, but the entertainment value, I think,
They turned
raised
into
with the
Michael
Well, they
Myers.
turn into Michael Myers instead of just
Right.
strangers.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They turn into Thanos at the end.
So I think when this one came out, Thanos.
I don't know. Shit.
I think when this one came out, I was just really because I like the Strangers franchise,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
That's what I did. Especially when you told me, it's like, dude, it's pretty much a remake.
Yeah,
And
that was the
just
problem. I
wrote it
went
off.
in with expectations on that one,
Yeah.
and I think that's what killed it for me.
Yeah.
My number 3 was The Substance for the year. Total surprise. I was not expecting to like that movie, and I was blown away. The practical effects are amazing in that movie. The whole back scene.
Yeah, and it's all practical.
It's all practical.
Every
and
single thing is practical.
Shout out-
Besides
That's the craziest
besides
part.
the eyeball like splitting,
Yeah.
that's the only CGI thing
And like
they
you
did.
said, the whole scene where the bodies are going into the other, like through the tunnel and everything with the lights and all that. All
Yeah.
that's practical.
I watched a 30-minute behind the scene thing on YouTube, and like even the cinematographer, like those crazy lights that happen, when she's transferring bodies or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's him. It shows him with a camera with this big lighting rig, and him shaking the camera and filming it, like every single thing.
Yeah. I mean, shout out Mitch. He knows what I'm talking about. I think me and him discussed it in messaging. But the ending is, not many people have been to a Guar concert. I know for sure. But Mitch, you know what I'm talking about. The ending turns into a total Guar concert. I mean, where it's raining blood. I mean,
That's what they wanted to cut out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to know what a Guar concert is, that's what it is,
Yeah.
and everything during
I
a metal
don't know
band
if I
playing
could
at the
go to
same
that.
time. But man, it was I was hoping that they'd win more Oscars for it because being a horror fan, you're rooting for them and everything. But man, that movie was incredible.
Incredible. I agree. So out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
It was
And that's
so-
usually not my taste.
Yeah.
And that's what surprised me.
Yeah,
about
me
it.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It hit like the horror part of me that I like, but it also hit kind of that artsy,
Yeah.
creative part for me
Yeah.
too.
Number 3 for me would be a YouTube movie, Milk and Cereal.
Yes, dude.
Found footage horror movie. Off the wall, to say the least. I didn't know what to expect. Was it y'all? I think it was was it you or Tony that
I think
suggested it? One of
we
y'all
found
or
out from somebody else.
somebody.
Yeah, I thought we found out from you. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I
think
think maybe I found out from my brother or somebody
Yeah.
showed me this YouTube trailer, and I was like, "What is this?" And then it was like a YouTube movie, and it was an hour long. It was on somebody's YouTube channel. It
Yeah.
wasn't even like,
Found footage.
but I thought it was really good, man.
Especially coming from like the channel itself is like comedy based.
Yeah, it's not a horror themed YouTube channel. They do like comedy videos,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they shot it with no budget. I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good.
but it surprised the hell out of me, man. And I watched it and was just like not expecting anything. I was expecting it to be terrible. Like
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like a super low budget, like
It was very
bad
creative.
acting. Yeah, I thought it was for like found footage too.
Yeah. It just missed my top 10.
Yeah,
I was really surprised with how much I liked that one.
yeah,
I liked it too. I just can't remember any of it.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
It's like 25 on my list.
but it's free to watch on YouTube. So if you're
Yep.
looking at this episode of Over the Top on YouTube, you can just type in Milk and Cereal, but it's cereal spelled like serial killer.
Yeah.
So you look it up and find the video. You can watch it for free.
It
right
was
now.
really good for like a YouTube.
But
movie.
wait until this episode's over.
Yeah.
You know, wait till it's over. We'll know that you left.
Well, not to beat a dead horse, as they would say. The Substance is number 3 on my list.
Yeah.
I've already said it.
Yeah.
You know, it was great. Very surprising. Y'all watched it before me.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. And then showing it to my wife, like the first half of the movie, a lot of skin, a lot of this and that. She was like, "Oh, so this is why you like the movie." I'm like, "You just wait. Just wait till
Just wait.
the second half. You're gonna see that it's not just here for the skin because the skin changes a little bit."
Yeah. Right.
But like, yeah, the needle stuff was my biggest. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
That's
Like I had to look away. I knew what was happening. I just couldn't keep watching.
I can stomach a lot of stuff in horror movies, but that's one thing that's hard for me to do.
Yeah. Her biggest thing was when she was smashing her head into.
Oh yeah.
It was
That's
like
very Halloween too.
Very
So
Halloween.
I watched that
too.
and I'm just like,
Yeah,
no big
that-
deal.
yeah. but yeah. But
That don't phase me.
Yeah, but it was very surprising, like just where that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Such a random movie, and it was so good.
Loved it.
So that's my 3.
I think this is probably the movie with the best concept out of all the movies on my list. And Chad told me about it. Late Night with the Devil.
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah,
Like-
that movie, just the way that they did the whole movie, and just how you get to, because when I watch like Conan O'Brien and all them, I think like what really goes on behind the scenes.
the
You
camera-
get to
Yeah,
see,
when the
like you get to
camera's not
see
on, when
all
it's
that
not live.
and just being like when I watch a movie, I always think about how did they do this shot, and so being able to kind of see behind the scenes of all that, like
While it's
the,
like while
the
while you're
TV
watching the
magic.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I dug
Yeah.
it so much. It had a very VHS feel to that
Yes.
movie
Yep.
as well, and that's why I dug the hell. It was just right outside my top 10 as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and it has what's his name from The Dark Knight in it.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
you know,
He's such a random.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Cillian Murphy?
No,
I can't remember his name, but
he's
I like.
random.
I have watched it twice, and after you need to rewatch it again because you get little hints of ghosts throughout the movie and everything too. It's kind of like Long Legs in a way. You pick up stuff more the more you watch it. But yeah, I'd really dug Late Night with the Devil.
Yep.
I'm not saying his last name. Malchian.
Yeah, that guy sounds great.
But I thought it was dope. I know a lot of the hate that he gets online is that it was nothing happened. It was just, but like I'm getting to where
That's
I like
part
those
of
kind
it.
of movies. That's what Hereditary was. Hereditary. But it was like that slow burn, and then I thought the last 10 minutes was pretty fucking terrible.
crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Like I said,
liked
it's got that
It's my
V.
number 7.
Yeah.
it's number 7.
It pulled me in. Like I was.
That's a solid.
Yeah.
Shutter exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Shutter. It'd be having some good ones every now and then. It has a lot of swings and misses. But, every now and then you'll find a few on there that.
Well,
are
I'll bounce another Shutter one off as my number 2, VHS Beyond.
Yep. It's mine. We'll go ahead and just tag team on that
Yeah.
because that's my number 2.
Dude,
VHS Beyond.
one of my, it's right there. It's the best one I think since 2.
100%.
I agree.
I think that every story on this one was a banger.
Bangers. The whole
Was it the alien abduction first?
yeah, the pelican or the stork. The stork.
That was 2, right? Well, it says number 1 was in Canada, a Chinese heir of a notorious mansion vanishes. The stork was the one about the police.
Yeah. That one, and then the airplane.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Dude.
The aliens.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about this one too.
Yeah.
Is the whole alien feel to it. And the last story is one that I wish we got to. It went for that less is more feel because I think I forget what her name is that directed the last one.
The blonde girl.
Yeah.
It's the alien one too, right?
Yeah, where she gets taken up in the ship, and it has the whole body morphing and body transformation. But it was all blurry. It's one of those instances. I was like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
But man, VHS Beyond, banger in
Yeah.
the whole franchise.
It's my favorite one besides part 2, and even like with part 2, I mean with this one, like on the stork one, it gives me vibes of Wreck.
Yes,
It's the same style, like the way it's shot, that POV stuff, and like the really quick hitting. It very well felt like.
And then the reveal is like it's a holy shit moment.
Yeah, and it's
when
crazy.
The
And
reveal
then but then the third story is the one of like the Bollywood, like the one the actress.
yeah.
Yeah.
that
Forgot
turned
about
into
that
like
one.
a crazy alien or whatever.
so
But
good. But the airplane one was
Yeah,
the
that
skydiving.
that was the highlight. For
there's
me.
one miss. It's the one where they go down in the basement. And they're acting like everybody's dogs and stuff.
Yeah,
that one they should have got rid of.
Dude, that you know who? What's his name? from
Justin Long.
Justin Long
Yeah.
directed that one,
which is just like Tusk. It was
Yeah.
that same.
It's got that same fit, but it's all practical effects.
It
in that
was,
one
and
too.
it just didn't fit to me on this VHS. I
that
felt
poor
like,
postman though.
yeah, sorry, Mr.
But
Postman.
but when that hand comes over the window in the skydiving scene, and then they're falling from the plane, and that alien's on top of the dude,
Yeah.
and then the one dude's falling without his leg.
That felt like we were for real watching that. Like the way they shot that.
Yeah.
that
It was
was
incredible.
crazy.
It
Incredible.
felt like a Nolan
Yes, dude.
like
it was
cinematography.
Yeah.
And if you have Shutter, it's only like $6 a month. It's on Shutter.
Yes.
And so is Late Night with the Devil. So if
Yeah.
y'all want to check it out, it's worth getting the free trial to Shutter just to watch them two, and you can cancel your.
And you don't need to watch any of the other parts of the franchise.
No,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't tie. They're just
Yeah.
all like anthologies.
It's crazy that franchise is still producing stuff.
And they're getting better. I mean, they're still. Well, I don't want to say they're getting better. I mean, we're just
one-
we're fanboys of the franchise.
But 99 and 94 were cool. They wasn't great, but they weren't terrible.
yeah, there's great there's good parts to them.
The only one that I couldn't stand was Viral.
Viral.
Yeah.
Viral was the only bad one
Yeah.
to me. Like that I don't go back and rewatch. There's good stories in all of them, I feel like, except Viral. I didn't really like.
And this one's just banger, banger, banger. I thought there was no
Yeah.
slow time in it.
But yeah, that's mine as well. That's my number 2 as
Good
well.
call.
VHS.
High five.
High fives need to come back.
They do, dude.
You know, like everybody's like
Let's go ahead. Let's
dabbing
go
it
ahead.
up.
Go around the table.
Around the table.
Around the table.
Slap hands. Slap hands.
five.
Oh, hey.
Four or five.
Far five.
Number 2 for you, sir.
Oh, number 2, Bike Riders.
I said I didn't get to do that. Watch that one either, man.
Yeah, it's got Tom Hardy.
Great movie.
What's his name from Elvis?
Plays Elvis. I can't pronounce his name either.
Oh, I can't think of it. It's a normal name.
Yeah.
Machine.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah. Anyways.
Very simplistic movie. Kind of a time period piece from the I guess the original like kind of biker gangs.
Yeah.
Correct.
50s,
It's been a while
60s.
since I've watched it.
Austin
Yeah.
Butler.
Austin Butler.
He's just on top of it.
Yeah.
Like Chalamet, kind of.
Yeah, he's blowing up.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just feels very It just feels like a very basic, pure, like good, like storytelling type of movie.
Is it like a suspense or is it like?
It doesn't even have a
Just a
whole lot of.
drama?
It's just a drama.
Okay.
You're just meeting all these guys. I think the narrator is like the girl that's kind of like the love of Austin Butler.
Mm-hmm.
So you get her narration, but it's almost like watching like fried green tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
Like it's like a little like slice of life back
Yeah.
in the
50s,
50s, 60s, whatever. And like they just start like a motorcycle club.
Yeah.
And then how that kind of grows and it starts to create, other rival gangs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's a very simplistic story. It's got no like big action, no big, bells and whistles to it.
Tom Hardy's great.
Tom Hardy's like the main dude that starts the bike club, and there's just something about it. I watched it and I loved it, and then I watched it again with Tony. I told him about it, and it was just something very like simplistic
Yeah.
about it that I really liked.
The real question is, how does it compare to Wild Hogs?
Well, it's got one of the
Is that
goats in
Travolta?
Wild Hogs
Travolta in
and
that
Tim Allen.
Because that's what I put every motorcycle movie
Okay.
up against.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like Torque or something.
Or Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really good. If you haven't
Yeah.
watched it, it's one that you could have easily missed or kind of
Yeah.
sleep on it. That's a good one.
Yeah. Number one, Chance.
Drum roll. The
I
best.
think I have an idea.
Yeah, the best movie for me for 2024, which probably no one at this table watched, Snack Shack.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
you've been talking about that
Yep.
for the whole year, and we none of us watched it.
Never watched it.
I tried. I wanted to, and then
Suggested it so many times. We're like, we're gonna watch it, and not one of us watched it.
not one of us. He's the only one at this table that got that one.
It's yeah.
I sent him the trailer and
based-
everything, and then,
yeah.
like I said, I couldn't stream it.
I liked it because it kind of had like that, like it's based in the '90s, so it had a lot of nostalgia and just I don't know, it was just a fun
comedy, right?
fun,
Has
yeah,
to be a comedy.
Yeah.
fun summer movie.
From what I got of the trailer, it had like a super bad-ish feel,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that style comedy.
Yeah.
What was
to
it
and everything.
rated?
R.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
That
probably,
helps.
missed
young
out, I
comedy
probably missed
rated.
out on that one. I probably would have
Yeah.
liked that one. I mean,
It's
if somebody
on,
would have suggested it to me, I would
It's
have
on
watched it.
I think it's on Paramount.
Yep.
I believe if you
Too
want to
bad we
stream
didn't
it.
hear about it.
I know. If only somebody would have said something.
If only. Well, I watched the trailer at least, so I did more than
Yeah,
those
yeah.
two.
Tony insulted you. Well, I watched it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing.
Tony sent me the trailer. I still didn't watch it. I still didn't watch the trailer either.
But
Being honest.
it looks like a great movie. I'm not
Honesty
gonna
wins,
knock
I'm
dude.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry,
gonna-
Chad.
Hey,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's what.
Let me
yeah,
just
sure.
let me just stop this right now. It's over. The podcast is done. Until y'all watch it, we're not hitting the record button again.
But it does look like it looks like it like American Pie ish.
It's kind of it has a better story than those. Yeah, it's about a couple of kids who bid way too much money on being able to run the snack shack for the swimming pool, and they have to try to make all their money back, and it's just a good movie.
I think of Sandlot right off. The
Yeah,
bat when
yeah,
you said
that kind of has like that kind of
pool
feel.
Kid
Yep.
vibe.
Well, my number one movie, you've already mentioned it, is The Bike Riders, which
Nice.
is a total surprise to me of that. I thought I would like that movie as much as I did. Watched it twice. Watched it with you the first time, and then watched it by myself, and just like it's probably one of the most simple movies on my list, and it's just so well done. Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, them two, and the chick, the narrator, the main girl in it, she's amazing in this movie. It's just a well done, just a good ass movie.
Yeah.
Gam.
It's just a game.
It's a gam.
Yep.
That's the best way to describe it. I mean, it's just a good ass movie.
Yeah. There's not much you can say about it. It's like, ooh, it has this and it has that. It's just like simple. You finish it and you're like, that was a good time.
Yeah.
You know, like that was just a fun little ride.
Fun little ride. Shout out Bike Riders. Well, number one's pretty solid, and that's just your number two.
Yep.
Well, my number one is from what I've heard you speak on the Bike Riders. It's very similar. Terrifier 3 is my number one.
Just to stay in the same lane.
Yeah, since we're talking about solid dramas with not a lot going on, let me let you dip your toe in the water that is Terrifier 3.
That
Within
movie
the
is,
first 10 minutes, children may have been unalive. And then people walked out of the movie when me and my brother were there from the rip.
Saw that on the TikTok videos, people's reactions and stuff.
Yeah,
so-
right from the rip. It don't hold nothing back.
Obviously, I'm not pulling for that to happen in a movie, but what I'll say is you never really see that happen. You never see gloves come off all the way like that. And
Yeah.
they
It's so
didn't
much
care.
better paced than 2, too.
2, I hated 2.
Yeah.
I hated 2 because it was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
And it turned into Wonder Woman the last 30, 45 minutes. It made no sense to me. But, I thought that's why I wasn't excited about 3.
Yeah.
And then we went and saw 3, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about. If we're going to do this, let's do it. Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
And-
Kills are great.
Yeah, you'd never think they're going to be able to top the last one. And then they always seem to top
That
the last
bathroom
one.
scene.
The bathroom scene was crazy. It was insane. But if
It's
you
worse than the scene in the. I still haven't seen the third one. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
face.
No, yeah.
The bathroom, all you can say is chainsaw, rectum. That's all I'm going to say.
There's a lot.
Chainsaw and rectum.
There's a lot. It's my favorite of the 3. It would be 3, 1, 2. Because going back and watching 1, I've watched it probably 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
That movie's not really that good, bro. The
Well, I'm
acting's
going to be
terrible.
honest with
It's
you.
just the shock value.
All,
just-
all
it's just
three
art.
of them
It's
probably
just-
aren't good.
Yeah.
It's just Art the Clown.
Yeah.
It's Art the Clown and the Kills.
Yeah,
It's not,
that's all 3 of the movies are. That
But
means,
I love the fact that they're making so much money at the box office with a one of the goriest horror movies I've ever seen is
Yeah.
Terrifier 3, bro. And it's it did millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I have high school dance students that are coming in and telling me that they watched it, and obviously I have this.
my daughter has watched them.
Really.
Yes.
That's and that's a weird thing to process. There's that one side of me that loves horror, but it's always kind of disconnected from my teaching world. Obviously the popular ones that are in the theaters, of course, but Terrifier.
Yeah. It's
Put that on its own little shelf.
have y'all watched the first one?
The common viewer doesn't really watch those movies, and now that it's so mainstream, it's wild to me.
I think a lot of that is because now everybody's become so desensitized because you can literally pull up your Instagram and watch just full-blown shootouts on Instagram.
Yeah.
Used to, you'd have to go rent Faces of Death to go find something like that.
Yeah.
You can find Faces of Death DVDs at Walmart now.
It
Yeah.
kind of scares me.
Yeah, I'm
that-
legit.
that-
The whole
Yeah.
collection.
It's alarming.
Yeah, my son, he loves Halloween. He loves Spirit of Halloween, and he now he knows who Art the Clown is, even though he hasn't seen the movies.
Yeah.
I won't-
It's
I won't
crazy
let him.
how Art the Clown has become so like you said, mainstream.
It's just
those
that killer
movies
cl-
aren't supposed to be
No.
mainstream,
Those are supposed to be, we know about them.
right?
And then
right.
people like us know about them.
So
But
when I have a dance student, it's I watched it on Prime or whatever she watched it on the other night. I'm just like, what? It's the first time where I could feel kind of old. Where it's how dare you watch that? You're not allowed to watch that. So, but I get it. It's super popular. Art the Clown just looks cool.
Yeah.
He looks cool at Spirit of Halloween.
And the cool thing is about him, he's the craziest thing ever on screen. He's the nicest man ever in real life.
Yeah.
We met him at the
David Howard Thornton. Yeah,
we
he's-
met him at Scarefest like
Triple Flex Pop.
2016 or 17.
yeah. Before
And he was he was super cool. You would never think that was Art the Clown. But yeah, shout out. That's my number one.
Full
Terrifier
Moon,
fan.
Full Moon this year is very Terrifier heavy. They have
Oh, I'm sure.
Art's going to be there. The whole cast and the director is going to be at Full Moon this year.
I just wish he wasn't allowed to be so mainstream.
it's
Where
crazy.
kids are just now
Yeah,
everybody's just aware.
That's
You know,
that's
it's-
kind of crazy.
Michael Myers, Jason, all those, I get it. Even Sam with Trick or Treat, it's not gonna hurt anybody. But those are dark, dark, scary, twisted movies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those visuals are just on another level.
Hard to get away from.
I was gonna watch it. I just never had a chance to watch it during Christmas time. I only want to watch it during Christmas since it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And so it'll be this Christmas probably when I get to watch it. So yeah.
So what's your numero uno of the year? I'm excited to hear this.
It was just the big heavy hitter blockbuster for me, Dune 2.
Yeah.
Villeneuve doing his thing and Zimmer
Yeah.
music. That's just my bread and butter. And Timothée Chalamet, he's just the big rock star now with all the different movies, but just the scale of it, it's just that big, huge blockbuster style movie that I tend to gravitate to. Dune isn't even like a style of movie that I would usually like.
Yeah.
But it's just such a powerful film, and when you put the first two together, there's a overall theme message to it that I really like.
Yeah.
And just Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, you can't
Hans
beat the
Zimmer.
Zim.
The visuals, Denis Villeneuve, however you say his name.
Yeah, it's on
Dennis
epic scale.
Vanilla,
Yeah,
whatever his
Dennis-
name
He's
is.
Dennis Vanilla for us.
Dennis Vanilla. All of his movies are incredible. If his name's on it, I'm probably gonna watch it. He's Christopher Nolan's up here for me. Dennis Vanilla is number 2.
Well, these next categories, we'll just go with 3.
Yeah, because we're going to approach Godfather length episode.
Yeah,
if
so we'll go with
5 again.
Yeah, if you want to just go, we'll just say
Just throw
like your
some out there.
your
that's
bottom
fine.
3 of
All
the
three
year.
of them?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
throw
just
out your
throw some
bottom
out.
3 of the year.
All right, I'll start from number 3. And I hate to say this, but I didn't even finish the movie because I disliked it so much.
Oh, my God.
Maxine.
Oh,
See?
against the grain chance.
That's what he
It
does.
is
Classic James.
compared-
Strangers
I-
Chapter 1.
I
is
think I went into
Snack
this
Shack.
expecting way too much because the first 2 were so great, but this one they dropped the ball. I just didn't like the story of it, and then I got about halfway through and just
turned
gave
it
up
off.
on it.
Oh man.
So you didn't even finish it?
No,
Dude, there's so many
It was
movies.
terrible.
There's so many movies you haven't finished. Don't even.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fair point, Yana. May
Don't
I approach the
even.
bench, Yana?
I can count on one hand the amount of movies I haven't finished.
Yeah.
You,
Well,
Whether
me,
you didn't
it's
like
more,
it-
it's because I fell asleep.
some.
Some.
That's
of
what
them.
happens when you watch movies on your phone.
Yeah, laying down.
Laying down, Act 28, whatever you're in.
I'm laying down like this.
How dare you get on to chance about not finishing?
Oh, I don't like this movie.
You fall asleep mid conversation with me, with one of your best friends. I'll be talking about something important, and I finish the thought, and we hear you snoring. Like,
Yeah, I've done that a lot in our
No,
friendship.
is that where the original came?
Oh, I'm sure it was, dude.
Chad,
I fell asleep in the opening credits of movies we've watched. So we've been buddies for like 10 years.
hopefully, you didn't pay for them.
No, I'm talking about with y'all. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
like because we've sit there and chopped it up. So like we'll get on Google Hangouts. We've been doing this for 10 years since like 2015, where we'll get on a Google Hangout and then we'll put a movie on and then we'll be like, we'll start the movie and we'll just watch it and talk about it. Right? There's been countless times where I fell asleep within the first 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's probably
Easily.
1 out of 3.
We'll just
You
hear
do
that's
that.
pretty good. I didn't make the All-Star game. Fucking baseball.
you'll hear
That's
just a random,
333%.
you'll hear a random.
Oh yeah, you hear it. And then he tries to come back in like, oh yeah, and tries to like join the conversation like, oh man, that seems crazy. We're like, shut up, you're sleeping.
Chad,
Yeah, you're not fooling us.
But yeah, you hated Maxine. Chance, go ahead and
Yeah.
go to the next
Sorry,
one.
sorry.
Sorry.
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire,
Yeah.
straight trash.
Tony told me.
Amen.
You told me
Yeah.
to stay away from
Never
that
saw
one.
it.
I didn't watch
It
it.
just
Movie's
looks too woke
garbage.
and too
Yeah.
stupid. It don't even look like Ghostbusters.
Now, I don't know if y'all saw this one or not. That Christmas. All right, I'm going to go for honorable mention then. Imaginary. Terrible
see that
movie.
one
See
either.
that one
Yeah,
either.
terrible.
It had like
With
the teddy bear on the cover.
Chauncey Bear.
Chauncey the Bear.
Yeah.
Chauncey.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups, solid guard in the NBA for the Detroit Pistons back
Yep.
in the day. But not Chauncey from
I
that
know
movie.
another Chauncey.
My bottom 3 was Godzilla and Kong. Hated that movie. I didn't think I'd like it, but I absolutely hated that movie. Watched it on a flight because there was nothing else to watch, and it was
Yeah, it was near 40 for me.
terrible. And then 36 was Under Paris. That was that Netflix shark movie.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I'm not going to talk about the ones I can't
Said
remember.
Billy Crystal. I'm talking about Forget Paris. I'm talking about or whatever the Billy Crystal.
I didn't even hear that. Billy Crystal.
He just had his 77th birthday. Facebook told me that 2 or 3 days ago. So shout out to Billy Crystal for keeping it thriving. My Giant was underrated as fuck. Shout out to George Mirasan.
and then the worst movie of the year to me was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That
Yeah.
movie, I unfortunately paid to go see that movie in the theater and hated that movie. Was
I'm sorry.
I never
They brought
watched
in Bill Murray for it and couldn't save it. It was
Well,
just-
no, I mean Bill Murray's.
It's fucking
Murray
garbage.
can't say very
He's
much.
91.
Yeah.
He's, you know.
That movie was terrible. It's the worst
I
movie.
didn't see the last one.
Afterlife. I
didn't
loved Afterlife. Afterlife
see-
was a lot of fun.
I
And
didn't
then
see
this
that one.
was just. And then, oh God, Spangler's granddaughter falls in love with a ghost.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
This
That
ain't
movie-
This ain't
Spangler.
Casper.
Spangler is
Not Spangler. Egon.
Yeah,
Egon's,
yeah.
Egon's granddaughter
I don't know.
falls in love with a ghost.
Gotcha.
Ghost.
And don't he tricks her, don't he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
No
the
ghost.
ghost tricks her
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything too. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, leave Ghostbusters alone. Let it stay where it was.
Garbage.
You done ruined it. You
Just
done
watch the
tarnished it.
original.
Just watch the first two.
Yeah, watch the first two, dude. I'm sorry.
There's another movie that came out that's just like that. But I'll say that. Oh,
God, cliffhanger. Jesus.
Beetlejuice was
Yeah.
trash too.
Yeah,
No, I didn't. We didn't. Me and Mel was gonna watch that, and
Don't waste your
Same
time.
vibe. Same.
Don't
time.
waste your time.
Yeah.
I thought you kind of liked it.
No, I hated it.
Oh.
Fucking stupid.
Oh,
Easy.
It's Michael
Calm
Keaton.
down,
Calm
calm
down.
It's Uncle Michael, dude.
My bad.
Can't all hit jumpers every time. my least favorite, Night Swim. I think it was the most it's just dog shit. It's one of those. It's Blumhouse for one. I think it was a February release in 2024. It tries to bring you in with the whole, it's the pool, it's haunted, or it's fucked up. It's gonna stop. You're not fooling anybody. The movie fucking sucked. It was terrible. It wasn't. My second least favorite, and I hate saying this because it's one of my favorite comedians ever.
Oh, I'm right on board.
Unfrosted, Jerry
Unfrosted.
Seinfeld.
That was the first
That
one I
movie
gonna
was
say.
so fucking terrible.
It was so
I
bad.
didn't even watch it.
And this, you're talking to two of arguably the
Yeah.
biggest Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah,
fans.
y'all are
yeah.
homers.
Part of my DNA.
Yes, man. It's my life. For more than I've been alive, I've been living in the universe of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So like,
It triggers my response.
yes,
to
it's
everything.
how I look at things. It's the way diehard Seinfeld. That's how we all are.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah.
But when they announced that he was doing this, and I was like, it's a Pop-Tart movie. I'm like, because I heard it on Tim Dillon's podcast talking about how bad it was, and I love Tim Dillon's podcast. Well, but I was going to watch it regardless. But going into it, hearing his opinions on it, maybe that jaded it, and I was like, no, it didn't, because I watched it and it wasn't good. So many big actors, just the story, because he's a huge, but he's a huge. Jerry Seinfeld is a huge serial guy. Like, it's always been written into the show. It's just who he is.
He loved cereal.
So it was there was that whole
What a
dynamic
loser.
of they're
And
creating the Pop-Tart, and it just sucked, man.
That look you just got from.
It just sucked. I didn't even hear what he said.
What a loser.
Yeah, he
You
said
don't like cereal?
No. I do like Pop-Tarts, though.
Who doesn't like cereal?
he's not about
They
to.
tease you, like the marshmallow cereal, they tease you with the marshmallows. They need to put more marshmallows, less of the other crap, the cardboard.
6 years old?
Cereal
I
that you
gotta
like?
shout out my
Hey,
dog.
hey, Raisin Bran.
What is your favorite
Raisin
cereal?
Bran is on point, though.
I like Raisin Bran Crunch.
You can't even speak to him.
Raisin Bran. Who picks
Raisin Bran.
I will if it's Raisin Bran Crunch.
But that's not what he said.
No.
He said raisin,
Bran. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always had.
Don't
that
give
kind
him.
of-
Don't give him an out.
I mean,
here
if you're going to eat
I'll
something that
say-
tastes like
Well, I've always-
cardboard, you might as
guilty
well go
pleasure,
all
Raisin
in,
Bran,
right?
I've always kind of liked.
and eats raisin.
But Raisin Bran Crunch is like.
Guilty pleasure. Raisin Bran.
God, the most
God.
bland cereal ever. I want some raisins.
That
with
raisin,
my
the raisins do a
breakfast.
lot for it.
Yeah.
It's minimal.
No.
And if you really want to take it to the next level,
You kid, there's
throw
no
some-
next level
throw
with
some
Raisin
bananas
Bran.
in there.
Oh yeah,
God.
that's
No.
for all cereal.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
you put bananas in
If you really
pajamas
want
or whatever.
if you really want to tingle your taste buds, go for
Nothing's stealing your taste buds from a Raisin Bran box,
You know,
unless
go-
you got some freaking
go-
Fruity Pebbles in that son of a bitch.
go
Give me some
back to
Cocoa
the
Pebbles.
'90s and get you some
Bananas in your
blueberry
pajamas.
morning.
He broke my head. I couldn't think of nothing. Like in Raisin Bran, I don't know why I'm expecting different.
I mean,
Said
Fruity
Strangers
Pebbles is
Chapter 1 was in his
Raisin
top
Bran
No,
five.
Crunch is in my top
Fruity
3.
Pebbles has a shelf life of about 2 seconds.
Yes.
But the milk.
No,
The
I don't even like milk
Oh my God.
unless
Chance.
it's chocolate.
I don't like milk either,
Unless it's
but only with
chocolate.
cereal and cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But you
it.
don't drink the milk.
there may have been
I
a
do.
pe- there
No,
may
I
have
do.
been.
What
With
do you
cereal,
pour milk
I
down
do.
the
No.
drain?
With cereal,
Yeah.
I do. CT Crunch
Oh my
milk
gosh.
is like
is going
next
on?
level.
So there's so many things I need to unpack right now.
cannot-
I can't do it all. He just said so much shit that's not right. in one sentence. He said,
Remember that time you bought like 40 different boxes of cereal at once?
yes. So the WrestleManiac 1130 channel we've spoke on, it did have several different
cereal.
And weren't you
Yeah.
supposedly on a health kick? Like
I've
you're like,
been on a
I'm
health
only
kick for
I'm only
20
gonna eat
years.
cereal.
Raisin Bran.
Yeah,
was-
that's good.
And then I
was
went and
great.
started reviewing Twinkies.
No more
But yes,
cupcakes,
you're a
but I'm just
special
gonna keep
K
buying
fan,
cereal.
aren't you?
Reviewing Twinkies the next week.
Crying. You just bought cupcake cereal instead of the cupcakes.
If they made a cupcake, if Hostess did for a while make the honey bun cereal,
You and Mel would be all over it.
Yeah.
We do.
You'd sniff it out in a second.
we found it, dude, and it was good. And then they never fucking kept it
of
going.
course it's good. It's sugar.
It is. Now, here's what I'll say. We got to get off this. I forgot we were doing a podcast about movies.
Raisin
So
Bran.
great.
God.
But yeah, Unfrosted is terrible. I was gonna say that if you didn't say it.
I forgot we were doing.
Did you even name off all yours?
Oh,
Was
I have
that
one
was
more.
that the?
My last one? M. Night Shyamalan's Trap. I love M. Night Shyamalan movies, and then I saw the trailer for this, and I was like, man, this could be cool because it's from the standpoint
Right.
of the killer, which you don't really see. And I was like, you're gonna get a big twist. This movie was literally just a billboard for his daughter. That's
Yeah, that's exactly
her
what it
pop
was.
music career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's all it was. And then Josh Hartnett was all of the
There
movies
was no
that,
like twist to it. Like it
No,
was just
the
like,
last two
oh,
movies
he's,
that had
he's
been.
the bad guy, and
Yeah.
then it just continued. He was
Knock
the
at
bad
the
guy.
Cabin. There wasn't really a twist,
Yeah.
which I liked that one.
Maybe he's just out doing the twist.
Well,
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan, this movie fucking sucked. it was just very over the top. No pun intended. Where's the sign? We don't have one. It's there somewhere.
We're on a
It's
budget.
all. Well, it was just a billboard. I hated it because I love his movies, and he could have done such a better movie.
Yeah.
But it was just about her.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
just
why
about
I
It
his
was-
was
daughter.
it was very his daughter friendly. It's,
My brother texted me and was like, "Bro, before you watch this, just know this is like just a huge commercial for his daughter."
And she is an artist.
Yeah.
Like it was just promotion for his daughter.
yeah, that's all it was. So
I
That's
love Josh Hartnett in the movie though.
now he was the only thing about it that was good.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, the
him
first
as a
like
psycho.
30 minutes of it or so, I was like, this could be okay. And then just
Then it
as
got into the content, I was
wrapped
like,
up,
Yeah.
just fell apart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Unfrosted was. I'm trying to name some that people might have watched or something because I have some like Frogman. We're not going to talk about Frogman.
Come on, man.
Do you remember
Man,
Frogman?
that was,
yeah.
that was a cinematic masterpiece.
Oh man, it was so bad.
Dude, the whole frog scene was pretty cool.
Unfrosted, The Crow, the remake of
didn't
The
even watch
Crow.
Didn't see it.
Didn't watch it.
It was bad. It was so. It just didn't need to be made.
yeah,
it-
that's
Another
why
one
I
was
avoided it.
And a lot of these I can't even remember why I hated them. I just know I hated them. The Crow was a hard watch because I love the first Crow.
Yeah.
The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling
Yeah, see, I didn't watch
and
that
Emily
I
Blunt.
almost watched it.
I love Gosling.
I saw the trailer for that at one of the other movies I watched.
It just looks like, not anything special, but just classic Gosling, Emily Blunt, kind of actiony. No, I couldn't do it. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Some of these I can't even remember, but The Strangers is down there, and we've already spoken on The Strangers, but the majority is just like In a Violent Nature.
Yeah,
like I wanted that to be so good.
That's one of my most. We'll just go right into disappointing.
Yeah, we can lead into that.
In a Violent Nature was one of my most disappointing movies of the year.
I liked it though.
If you. Nature is a key word of that movie because you get a lot of nature with that motherfucker just walking through
so
the
they
woods.
definitely-
Nobody can hear my big giant footsteps clicking on sticks. I'm walking right next to a house. Click, there goes. I'm a big 500-pound Jason looking motherfucker. Nobody can hear me. I'm cutting people's heads off, dragging them through the woods. I'm reaching the yoga kill was badass. I'll give it that. The whole
Yeah, it had
that
a couple
was cool.
cool
They
kills.
already
cool.
made that movie
But
with
it
Leslie
just,
Vernon.
I don't know. I was expecting something just more, just something.
What I'll say about it, they had weights. You could tell they didn't have, but about a 45-minute film.
Well, it felt like Never Hike Alone.
yeah,
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
a 45-minute film, and then a scene that should have been 10 to 12 seconds, they made it 30 to 45 seconds
Of him walking
Of
in
him
the
walking.
woods.
It's because they didn't have a full film.
Yeah.
They had a 45-minute movie and they made it an hour.
It's a
and 20
Friday
minutes.
the 13th ripoff.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely got that vibe to it, 100%.
I wanted to
didn't-
like it.
I didn't watch it because of that.
I wanted to like it.
Oh yeah, we were.
I was all pumped for that one.
once again probably too high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
expectations.
It was in the middle. I had 22 movies, not 21.
Yeah.
It was 12. Like it
Yeah.
was in the middle. But a disappointing one for me would be Longlegs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was so much the movie or me thinking it was going to be a different movie than I watched. When I saw it, I don't know what I thought, but it was not. This is not the movie I thought this was going to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But we watched some explained videos, and there was supposedly a lot of stuff that I missed.
Yeah,
And so maybe I might like it more on the second watch.
Yeah.
But I felt the same way. Everybody told me it was great.
Yeah.
And of course, these were non-horror people telling, like regular people, like Longlegs. Oh my gosh, it's so incredible. And so, we watch it with a little bit different view than the common person.
Yeah.
Probably my most disappointing movie of the year though was Civil War.
Yeah, it was. Well, mine was. It was 6:15 on mine.
I had going into that movie. I had it was going to be my number one movie of the year.
Yeah.
I had locked
The trailers
in.
were
The
incredible.
trailers were incredible. I had it locked in for my number one movie of the year. I was just like, this is going to be my favorite A24 movie, and I liked Heretic a whole lot more than Civil War.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just because my expectation. I was expecting maybe probably more action than there was in the movie. I mean, it's very well done. I'll give you that. It's shot great and everything. I was really disappointed. It didn't hit like I was hoping. Now the new one that they have coming out this year has got me. I'm kind of leery about it.
What's it called?
Civil War 2.
No, it's
Warfare.
Warfare.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit more like honed in, realistic, because I mean, there's some like stuff going on. I can't remember everything. Civil War that's like kind of out there.
Yeah.
This one's like legit, like modern warfare type of stuff. Not just like our country's about to
Falling apart. Yeah.
Like it's legit. I think it's a little bit more
That
grounded.
felt pretty realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just had it where I was like, this is going to be a masterpiece
Yeah.
walking into this movie, and it had a bunch of flaws in it.
That's where I was at with Maxine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was by far my most disappointing movie of the year.
You got one?
Yes. Ricky Stenicki. Did it all?
I did
I
not see that.
almost
That's
watched it, but I didn't.
I thought it was gonna
It
be-
just looked. It looked like
I think the Farley-
'cause it was
the
Fairley
Fairley Brothers,
It was
yeah.
John Cena, Andrew Santino, right?
Yep.
And I just never. I saw the trailer and I was like, I just don't know if this is gonna be worth the shit, man. And I never watched it.
That's all I was.
I didn't expect a whole lot out of it, but
I
it
heard
didn't
nothing but
even
disappointing
Yeah, it
reviews
didn't
about it,
even
too.
deliver. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Not worth the watch.
For me, kind of like Strangers, was A Quiet Place Day One, the prequel of the Quiet Place movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was just like Strangers. Like
Yeah.
I was just wanting something. I think you go into a prequel of Quiet Place. It's all about like, all right, what's going on with these aliens? That come down in the because I love the first and second one.
Oh yeah.
I like the second one more than the first one. So I was pretty jacked about watching it. Once again, high expectations. But you think like, oh, a prequel, perfect. We can learn about like what all this stuff is before
Yeah.
the aliens come and they have to be quiet. It's just the same thing, and that there's no explanation. And unless I forgot just some little details, there's no explanation about the aliens still.
No.
So it might as well just be a third one, in the franchise. It's not a prequel.
Yeah.
And the acting there was nobody in it that like, what's his name from The Office?
Krasinski.
Yeah, Krasinski, like the main Emily
Yeah,
Blunt.
it's none of the same people whatsoever.
Yeah,
doesn't have it.
there's,
It
there's
doesn't-
nobody you connect to.
No, you don't connect with that. I didn't connect with the character because I'm used to the characters from the other two.
Yeah.
And with none of them, it's like it's a completely separated
Entity.
universe
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
But it's just doing the same stuff
Exactly.
that the first two had already done
Without
with less
the charismatic
engaging
yes,
characters.
100%.
Yeah. It was very bland
That's
to
a good
me.
way
It
to
was
put
in my bottom half.
It was towards the bottom of mine.
Forgettable.
Yeah.
So that's one.
I got one that I'm going to speak of when we're talking, because now we're going to end it off with talking about like surprises.
Surprises.
Blink Twice for me be my surprise. Like I watched the trailer for that and was like, it looked like it could be. Did any of y'all see that one?
You saw that
It's
one.
number
didn't you?
10 on my list.
Yeah, I thought it. I watched it going into it thinking I wasn't gonna like it because I saw the trailer in the theater when we went to see. It may have been I don't know what it was, but and it was Channing Tatum, And Lenny Kravitz's daughter, I think, is the one that
Zoe.
directed it.
Yeah.
Zoe right?
Directed it. I
Directed
Oh,
it,
really?
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
that.
And it's basically,
Catwoman.
it's essentially some Epstein Island.
That's exactly what it is.
It's an Epstein Island film, and it's you
It's-
could
okay.
say it's horror. It's more like suspense thriller, but I thought it was really well done.
It's like
man.
a whodunit.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, Channing Tatum's like this big rich CEO, da-da-da-da-da.
not his normal role.
Yeah.
Either, which he did really
And he
well
has a
in it.
private island, and
Yeah.
him and all of his closest friends. He meets some girl at the beginning of the movie and invites them to come to the island, and then all this crazy stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it's Channing Tatum, you don't know if it's the people on the island, but yes, it's very Epstein Island.
Yeah.
And a lot of twists and turns. You don't know who's who and what's happening. It's almost like a mixture of Epstein Island and like Midsummer. Like it has this like
yeah.
you're stuck. They're stuck on this island. There's no way of
It had the twist in it that the M. Night Shyamalan movies usually have.
yeah.
That he hasn't had in the past. But that's kind of the vibe. I think you would like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would
It's
like it.
it's stylistic.
He said,
Y'all like it?
It was number 10 on my list. It made my
It was
top
number 8
10.
on mine.
"Did you have
Yeah.
a surprise? That surprised you? How
Well-
much you liked it?"
I was gonna mention Trap, but since that's not a very popular
Right.
one.
If you like this shit,
Nah, I liked that there wasn't the
twist.
twist at the end. I thought that was I don't know. I was expecting something to happen, but it never did.
yeah, nothing did.
Yeah, but I didn't expect to like that movie at all.
Really?
And then there's also a Tubi original called Festival of the Living Dead, and it was surprisingly good because I didn't expect nothing out of that
A
one.
Tubi
Yep.
Living Dead movie?
Yep. Very low budget, but a fun watch.
Okay.
Not a cinematic masterpiece.
One
a fun watch.
that cracked, it just barely cracked my top 10. Land of Bad.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one really surprised me how good that one was. With
Yeah, just a
Russell-
classic military war type
It's
of movie.
It's an updated Behind Enemy Lines. If you like Behind Enemy Lines
Yep.
with
Owen
Owen
Wilson.
Wilson, you'll like this movie. It's just a more updated version of it.
It's got Russell Crowe in it.
Yeah.
I forgot who the other main person is, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you like war films,
Yeah.
it's one worth watching. It was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
Since I stole that one
Yeah,
from
you
you.
stole that one from me. This one was kind of surprising because I didn't know really what to expect going in, and that was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That one's
Because
in
I
my-
think that trilogy
This
was pretty
masterpiece.
flawless.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that first trilogy. So when they said that, it's like, all right, we're going to keep going, but with a new director. Matt Reeves wasn't going to be a part of it. I was a little unsure about it. But
It's amazing.
yeah, it was great. It's number 7 in my top 10.
Yeah, it's right there, number 6 on mine.
It kind of kept the same
Feel.
level of quality, same feel, same type of energy.
It's got the heart to it and everything.
Yeah.
It's really well. It was my number 1 for a long part of the year.
Yeah, it was in the 5 slot for me for a while, but it got knocked down to 7. But yeah, it was really good. So if there's any doubts about that one, and you like the other ones, then I think you're good to go.
What
yeah.
what did y'all think of Twisters?
I thought it was fun. It was about
It was
the middle
fun
of the pack.
for what it was.
Yeah, I mean,
know
it wasn't
that,
a
though.
masterpiece or anything.
Yeah.
It was just,
Kinda
it was
like,
fun.
Kind of like Top Gun Maverick. Like it had some elements of like the same stuff that we already saw in the original, and then it had some fun new characters and stuff.
Yeah,
CGI was cool.
I had a blast. I had fun with it. It was middle
Yeah, it
of
was
the
a
road.
fun watching in the theater.
Yeah, it was. I was excited about that one.
Yep.
Well, I got one documentary to talk about that came out this year that was on Netflix. Me and Jordan watched it. It's called The Comeback. It's about the 2004 Boston Red Sox where they
Oh,
come back.
man. Have you
from,
watched that?
It's very The Last Dance-esque.
It's
and
the last dance of baseball.
Yeah,
Just with the Red
it's
Sox.
about when the Red Sox came back on the Yankees from being down 3-1, and they got
It's
all
not
the
with Ortiz in them.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they
dude.
got locker room footage. I mean, Kevin
Yeah,
Millar.
I'll have to watch
It's
that.
just like the last
It's
dance.
what, 4 episodes?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's just we watched it in 2 nights. It's flawless.
Yeah.
If you like The Last Dance, this is your baseball version of it. I mean, they got old footage, and just being a baseball fan, it's amazing.
All the stuff about Tim Wakefield.
Yeah,
pitching, and it was just
It
so
goes
good.
into the year before where he gave up the home run against Boone, and they got put out, and then the next year they get down, put 3-1.
just the whole curse of the Red Sox. You know,
yeah,
in
solid
the playoffs and all
solid
that.
documentary.
It's so good, so good.
You got anything else?
I'm good.
I don't think there's. There was. What movies did we not see that were big hitters? I heard The Wild Robot.
I've heard that
for
was
animated
amazing.
movies.
I heard that was great.
I heard that movie's incredible.
My man card's about to get pulled, but I have a daughter that I went and saw this with. Moana 2
Oh,
that was
it's
one of the best
number
animated movies
6
I
on
think.
my list.
Yep. Yeah.
That's solid.
We love Moana.
Yeah.
That was the first
That was a
movie
good
my
one.
daughter connected with.
Mm-hmm.
So we went as a family.
Yep.
was a big
I
one.
probably would have never watched it without her. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I would go see it.
I
Who
love the
knows?
music.
I tell you one thing I am a fan of, and he's got another one coming out this year. But The Beekeeper,
Yeah.
I had a blast with that movie. Jason Statham movie.
Just
and
classic, typical Jason Statham.
he's got another one coming out this
Have you
year, The
seen that
Working
one?
Man.
Oh, you'd like it.
Yeah, it's just Jason Statham kicking ass.
It's the
kicking
same
people's ass.
generic Jason Statham movie, but it's so good.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
just
of
a lot of fun.
Yeah, that
And
was
he's got The
12.
Working Man coming out this year. That's dealing. It's another one. One of his. He's like the new age Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
for sure. Same formula. So
But
that's all I got.
yeah,
Yep.
a good solid year of movies, man.
It was.
Yeah.
And I think this next year is going to be even this year 2025 is going to have some heaters because the movie that I'm looking forward to, I know we all are, is 28 Years Later.
Oh yeah,
That's probably the most. I'm ready for that one.
yeah. I'm drawing a blank right now of everything that's coming.
Well,
out.
we have that Tom Hardy movie coming out, Havoc.
Yeah.
That's coming out on Netflix. New Mission Impossible movie, Sinners is coming out with Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
Black Phone 2 comes out this year.
I think
So-
we're getting Masters of the Universe this year. Probably going to be awful, but I'm excited. It's been talked about for like a decade.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, like I just showed Bryson the original
Dolph
a few
Lundgren.
weeks ago,
So great.
and so now he wants to see it as well. But I'm going in low expectations, very very low.
Set
Like
the
Raisin Bran low.
And The Dark Knight's coming out back in IMAX. I
That's
think,
happening.
in May. So
that's
yeah,
happening.
I hope that gets confirmed.
Yeah,
That's gonna happen.
most certainly. So episode 104,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
2024
Yep,
movies.
Heck yeah, man. We appreciate y'all checking it out. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit up Jordan's links and follow him. And follow all the squad, man. Salute to Trouble Spirits, Revolution 1 Media, and all the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Slurpee Gummies.
Sanchez Turner's done turned to the
He's
heel
turned
squad.
heel.
He's turned heel. Yep.
Like
man.
John Cena.
Oh man.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like all that good stuff, and we out this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chest, Georgia team hating on me. Gene, BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings repeats. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central.